Hello, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to be looking at interfaces on Airtable. So we are going to be learning how to create interface and how to set up your interfaces, how to grant permissions on Airtable. So here we go. Where is my Airtable? Sorry. So this is the table we are going to use for it. Um, So I've already set up this table. Okay. So interfaces, they work with your table. Do you understand? So it's going to be getting informations from the table you have set up. And you have if you have different tables, you select the particular table that you want your interface to be watching. Okay. So if you make any change in the table, it will reflect on the interface. So the interface is aware that people can look at what you have, your data without having access to your table. So when you want to create an interface on a table, this is the dashboard. You come up here, you look up here, you can see data, you can see automations, and you can see interfaces and forms. You click on interface. Then you have two options: try building with AI or build yourself. So you select build yourself, building in, and then you have another option. Are you building an interface? Are you building a form? You are building an interface. Then you click on next. Then here is your interface. You name it. Let's say a student table, student interface. Then we choose the logo you want. If you want this, you choose. If you want this, you choose. Then this color is the color of your table. Then you click on next. Then you will see the different layouts that an interface can have. It can be a list, it can be a gallery. This is more like the point of view, how you can be looking at it. You can see the Kanban view, calendar view. But one thing you should always know is this. If you want to go for the gallery view, you will have an attachment field in your table. Okay. And if you want to go for the Kanban view, you will have a status field in your table, just like that. Okay. So each of the layer, they have a particular view, like they have a particular field that is associated with them. So in this case, we want to start with the list view. So we click on the list and we go to next. So it will ask us which of the table do we want it to be watching. Because we have different table, we have teachers table, we have student table. Then let's say we want it to be looking at the student table, then we go to finish. We want to finish setting up our interfaces. So, okay, so here is our interface. You can view it yourself, like the way it will look at. But before we do that, there are still some things that you can do on your interface here before you publish it. You can click on so you can click, when you click outside here before your records, it will give you options. You can see you still have the option to choose the table. You can still title your table here. So you can decide to change it to students interface here. Did you see that? And then you choose the source of the data. You can still choose the source, whether you want it to copy looking at the student table here, the teacher's table here, you can choose it from here. Okay, let's leave it at this. Then you can also show description. This description is the description you would have written at the when you were setting up the table. And here you also have the option of choosing whether you want it to be a gallery view. If you click on it now, it will just be that view. So it's the way you want to look at it. And then you can set your filter here. You can set your filter here. Okay. It's coming up. And why is it not coming up? So you also have the option of creating different tabs. Okay, here is one of the tab, here is another tab. So you can say, oh, in this tab, which is the second tab, you can now filter and say, I want when full name, or let's say when first name contains Mary. So did you see that? So this one will just be watching when full name, and you have the tab that is watching all of them. And now you have a second tab. You can add different tabs. So it's like viewing it in different phases where you can different overviews. Okay. Then you also have you also have the you can also sort it. Do you understand? Search, filter, all these things. They are the ones here. If I toggle it off now, did you see that the sort has disappeared? You can see this filter now. If I toggle off this filter now, it will disappear. But if I turn it on, it will come on here. So when it's on, your users will have the option, we will be able to filter what they want to see. Okay, because you either give them permission here or you don't give them permission. Okay, so you can as well allow users to print, or you may not want to allow them, just as the case may be. Okay, then you then there's another option. So when you want to work on the record or give permissions to the record level. Okay, let's work on this tab, the first one. So you come in, you are not clicking outside here, you click inside here. So it will give you different options, and these ones are for working inside here. Okay, so here you can see the option, you have the levels, you can sort by maybe by the name, group, prefix field, and the fields that are visible. So you can choose the fields you want to see. If you don't want to see the last name, you just click on this hide field, and when you check here, you will not see last name again. But if you want to, so these are the visible field: full name, first name, and subject. You can see it here: full name, first name, and subject, because we've hidden the last name. Okay, you can see it is under the hidden fields. But when we want to see it, we click on show. You can see that the last name has come up again. Okay, so we want to show the age now because it's under the hidden field. It's under here. We click on show. You can see the age has appeared now. Okay, so that is what it does. Then in each of the record, you also have some things you can do. Like when you click this particular record, okay. So I've clicked one of the record, which is this Mary Kay. Okay. So when I click on it, it will also give me some options. What do I want to do here? In this here, I can here's the student details. So I can give the student the permission to either view only. So the students will just look at it. This is it, but they cannot edit it. Okay, Look at it now. But when I click on editable, okay, when I change it to, sorry, this, when I change it to confirm to view only, so they cannot type anything here. But when I change it to editable, did you see that? So the students will have the opportunity to do what? To add something. Okay. But when I change it to view only, you can see they cannot add anything. When you click here, there will be no option. But let's go over it again. You change it to editable. The student can add a subject. Okay. But when you click on edit view only, the student cannot add anything. Okay. So you can also have the option of allowing users to add new options. So when you is on, the users will be able to add new options. Then we can, that's basically what you can do at each of the record level. Okay. Then lest I forget, when you click here too, you also have the permission to, you can also grant users the permission to edit record inline. Okay. If you want your users to be able to edit this record inline, you toggle this place on. So by so doing, they can edit it. Did you see that? They can add, they can add, they can remove. But when you toggle it off like this, they cannot add, and they cannot remove. Okay. So you can also give them the permission to add or delete records. So you can see the different hierarchies in interfaces. You can see what you can do generally. So let's just quickly go over it. When you click outside here, you have the permission to set your, to choose the source of your data, the appearance, the visualization, and all that. And you can come inside here too, and you click also. So you now have the options of what you can do at all the record levels. And when you click on one of the record, you can also set the permissions and some other things you can do on on that particular record level. So that's basically what you can do for, that's basically how to set up an interface. But before we finish, and then when you're through, you come here and you publish it. Okay. You have the option of sharing your interface. You can as well publish it here. Okay. And that's not all for interfaces. You can, we just talked about the list, but there are other interfaces. You can do, use the dashboard. You can use the a blank interface. Okay. So let's create another one. We want to add another interface. So we choose our logo, then we click on next. So in this time around, we want to use a blank a blank page to set up our interface. Okay. So this is when you click on it, when you want to finish it, it will bring you to this page. And the first, you can, out of all these elements, you can say, you can start with text depending on what you're working on. So let's say we are starting with text. We just drag and drop it here. Okay. So let's choose the text and click here and add our text. Then if we want a, let's say we want a chart, like we want all those pie charts, we will just click here and then we'll paste it. Okay. And then when you paste it like that, then you have the option of you have the option of also choosing the source of the data. Which of the tables do you want to be watching? Okay. then you choose appropriately. So it's basically the same process. It's just that the you have the option of choosing which one you want to use and the method you want to use. So in our next video, we are going to be looking at how to build an interface with a blank interface because it's a little bit different. Okay. But when you understand the basics, you can easily build an interface. Thanks for watching. Bye.